We got into this monster, Muhammad Usman and Zac Pauga. I'm going to say this. I'm going to have two of these talks, kind of. They're going to kind of blend together into the next one with the Hill story. Pauga has a story of he was on the football team, right? Pro football team. He never played a game, never played it down, but he was on the practice squad a little bit. He said he didn't take it seriously enough. But this is a big guy who is an athlete, big enough of an athlete to be on a practice team for even a short period of time. He was on a practice team. He was in the pads. They had videos of him working out and training. So he was there. He was good enough of an athlete as a heavyweight sized person to be there. Okay. And he looked really athletic. He was doing well in this fight. I believe that he was winning this fight. He was winning this fight up until this monster Usman put a hook on him, a check hook on him that didn't even look like it was thrown hard. He did catch it. He was coming into it. I think as he hit him, which increased the power of it. But it starched him. It starched him bad. He was knocked out bad. He fell, hit the ground, took one big hammer fist when he was on the ground down there, and he was out hard. He was out hard, man. I bet you could hear him snoring in the locker room. But that was sheer power over athletic ability. Part of what I'm saying here is there's a washout, an NFL washout. And who knows if he'll get a contract? Who knows if we'll see him in the UFC again? Who knows how he'll do overall? But I was impressed with how he was moving. I was impressed with how athletic he was. He just ran into some big power. And there's another one of those type things where this guy was a throwaway. He's a throwaway to the NFL. He wasn't good enough of an athlete. He wasn't good enough. He wasn't big enough, wasn't fast enough, wasn't strong enough to compete with the other NFL guys. So he came into fighting. He came into MMA because he wasn't going to make those millions of dollars in football. So he took his skill set, he took his athletic ability and pivoted to the next thing he could do and make money, and that's fighting. And he's already pretty good. Okay, he's already pretty good. I'm just saying, man, if we had better pay in MMA for these fighters, we would have a whole different set of champions available in those higher weights, 205 and heavyweight especially, because those guys who are so athletic aren't going to get punched in the mouth for hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? League minimum. This guy made more. He probably $700,000 league minimum. How many years he played? It's way more than he's making in MMA. It's way more he's going to make for a long time unless he wins a lot of fights and gets a lot of brain damage along the way. So how many absolute killers exist, but they do not F with MMA because of how little these guys are paid. The fact that they're not paid, they're 50% of earnings like every other sport. What are we being robbed of? What athletic ability? How many guys do you think are like offensive, defensive linemen that are just like sheer athletes and could just they pick up whatever they want to pick up and they do it like masters? Like, have you ever been around these type of people? They exist. And could you imagine a 265-pound one of these guys who runs like a 4.6 40, do hand springs, backflips, all that stuff, spends 2 years training MMA, but they're not going to do it because there's no money in it. Why? Why am I going to get punched in the face if I can just run a ball or tackle somebody? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I don't think so. But Usman, that's Usman's big brother or his big little brother. And man, he's a monster. He will be interesting. He will be interesting to watch fight. He will be. I'll probably tune in. Heavyweights are fun, man. They're big monsters. I'd watch bear fights. Put a couple grizzlies in the cage and hit them with a trank full of methamphetamine. Oh man, if only I could run the country and make the laws. You'd all have a lot more fun.